They knocked at 3:33 a.m. 3 soft taps, like fingertips on wood. Knock, knock, knock. Mia froze at the bottom of the stairs, one bare foot on the coal tile, the other still on the carpet. The whole house was quiet and black, like it was holding its breath. The glow from the microwave clock in the kitchen threw a green square on the floor. It said 3:33. Again, knock, knock, knock. Her phone buzzed in her hand. A text from an unknown number. Open. She stared at the screen. The front door breathed in the air. She could hear it. A slow, small creak, as if the house had its own lungs. From the peephole, a tiny circle of darkness waited. In that circle, something moved. A shape the size of a person, but too still, too straight. No shoes on the welcome mat. No shadow on the wall. Just a tall, quiet shape standing in the middle of the porch, where the porch light should have shown a face. The porch light was dead. Mia, the shape said. It did not sound like a voice. It sounded like a whisper that had learned to talk. Please open. Mia's thumb hovered over the deadbolt. Her other hand lifted to the chain. She did not know why she moved. It felt like the house wanted her to. It felt like the air tugged at her fingers. 3 more taps. Knock, knock, knock. Right at the same second, the clock changed to 3:33 and stayed there, like time itself had stopped to listen. Her fingers touched the chain latch. It slid. And then, everything rushed backward like a movie rewinding too fast, and the story jumped to how it began. It started earlier that day, when bedtime was still far away and the sun was warm. Mia was 12 and liked to pretend she was brave, because her little brother, Noah, thought she was. This was Saturday. Their street in Maple Ridge felt normal and sunny. Bicycles leaned on fences. Sprinklers ticked and hissed. A dog named Pepper barked at nothing. On the porch, Grandpa's old radio sat on a crate. It only played one station anymore, talk radio with fuzzy voices that came and went like dreams. It made Mom laugh. "We should throw that thing out," she said when it started talking on its own, even though no one turned the dial. But Grandpa's radio had been Grandpa's, so they kept it. Mia sat on the steps, texting her friends Harper and Lucas about a school project they weren't going to do until the last minute. Harper sent a voice clip saying, "Tell me the legend again. The one your cousin in Ohio told you." Mia didn't want to talk about it, but she sent a message back anyway. "Okay, but it's dumb." She typed, "There's this urban legend. If someone knocks at 3:33 a.m., do not answer, because it's not a person. It asks for help. It says your name. If you open, it gets inside. It doesn't like lights, and it can't come in unless you let it." Lucas replied with 12 ghost emojis and 1 hot dog for no reason. Harper wrote, "We should test it at my sleepover Friday." "Not funny," Mia said out loud, even though no one was around. She deleted the typing bubble and put her phone face down. Noah popped up at her elbow like a jack-in-the-box. He was 8 and wore dinosaur pajamas even though it was afternoon, because Noah loved bedtime clothes. He held a plastic flashlight he called the Super Beam. He clicked it on and shined it in her face. "Hey, astronaut," Mia said, blinking. "That light could signal Mars." He smiled with all his teeth. "Tell me the rumor, the door thing." "It's not a rumor," she said. "It's a story." "A scary story?" he asked, thrilled and worried at the same time. Mia wanted to tell him no, but she told him anyway, because she was big and he trusted her. She kept it simple, with no details that would bite his dreams. Sometimes, very late, when the clock says 3:33, somebody might knock. The rule is simple: don't answer. It could be a trick. That's all. Noah said, "Easy." "Easy," she agreed. Behind them, Grandpa's radio hissed. Then a voice slid through the fuzz. "Do not answer," it said. The words were clear, as if the person stood right behind them. Mia turned. No one was there. The radio snapped back into a baseball game, though no baseball game should be on a talk station, and the announcer laughed at something that must have been a joke in another city. "Mom," Mia shouted. "The radio is being weird again." Mom came outside with a dish towel on her shoulder. She had a smudge of flour on her chin. She was making bread because it made the house smell like Sunday. "It's always weird," she said. "I think it eats batteries." "It's not on batteries," Mia said. "Exactly," Mom said, and smiled a tired smile. She kissed Noah's head and went back inside. That afternoon, Harper and Lucas came over with chips and a scary movie they were not allowed to watch but wanted to anyway. Mom said no to the movie and yes to board games. They played in the living room, where the couch had a tier that looked like the shape of Texas. When it got late, Harper and Lucas went home with their moms and dads, and the house turned into a soft, sleepy place. The street lights clicked on. The sprinklers stopped. The dog Pepper went inside. Everything ended for the day, like a curtain closing. Mia brushed her teeth, while Noah counted to 100 like a dentist asked him to. She tucked him into bed and put the super beam on the nightstand. "If you get scared," she said, "shine it at the floor. The floor is brave." "The floor?" Noah asked. "Yeah," she said. "It holds up everything, even the dark." Noah nodded like she was wise. "You'll be awake?" he asked. "I'll be awake for a while," she promised, even though she was already sleepy. In her room, she set her phone face down. She could still hear Grandpa's radio. It whispered on the porch, where no one sat anymore. It flipped through stations on its own, snagging pieces of music like bird feathers. She almost went to turn it off, but her bed was warm, and her pillow was the exact shape of her head. She decided she'd fix the radio in the morning. She did not know when she fell asleep. She did not know when the house changed. It started small. The thermostat clicked. The air conditioner took a breath and stopped. The fridge hummed and then went quiet, like it had been caught saying something rude. The hallway night light went out. Little things that had always been alive went still, and the silence stretched like new ice over a pond. Mia woke because her phone buzzed. It buzzed against her desk, not the nightstand, because she liked it far from the bed, so she would not touch it. She blinked and saw the glow. 3:31 a.m. She almost smiled, because she was going to text Harper a row of bad emojis and then fall back asleep. She reached for the screen. Another buzz. This time, it made her chest feel cold. Unknown number. "Are you awake?" She stared. She typed, "Wrong number." She deleted it. She typed, "Who is this?" She deleted that too. She put the phone face down and rolled over. The house ticked for a second, like it had a tiny heartbeat somewhere in the walls. She waited for the old sound of the fridge, or the heat, or the ice maker. Nothing came back. Somewhere, maybe downstairs, a soft thump sounded like a shy footstep. Mia sat up. 3:32. She listened. Sometimes the cat from next door would jump on their porch. Sometimes a branch would tap the siding. She heard neither. The air felt thick and careful. Her phone buzzed again. "Please open." She looked. There was nothing else in the message. No name, no punctuation. The letters felt flat and gray, like a sign. She could not see who sent it because it was unknown. She listened for Mom in the hall. She listened for Noah to roll over and kick the wall like he always did. She heard only the clock in the living room tick once, and then never again. She slid her feet to the floor. It was cold. She thought of getting Mom, but Mom was a hard sleeper and would be mad to be woken for a text. She should wake Mom anyway, she thought. She should. She stood in her doorway and waited, as if the house would tell her what to do. Her phone buzzed a third time. Mia. She checked again. The message was just her name. She did not remember giving her number to anyone she did not know. She did not remember signing up for a spooky text service. Her heart beat hard, but in a slow way, not fast, like it was trying to stay quiet too. She moved into the hall. The living room was a square of darker dark. She could see the outline of the couch and the plant they could not keep alive. She could hear the porch, though she could not hear anything on it. She could feel it, like you can feel a person on the other side of a door before they knock. Her bare feet felt each stair. The wood gave tiny sounds. When she reached the bottom, she saw the green light from the microwave. 3:33. She looked toward the front door. The porch light should have glowed a yellow ring, but it was out. The peephole was a black eye. Knock, knock, knock. She stopped breathing. It was so soft she could have made it up. 3 taps. Then nothing. She waited for Mom to wake. No one did. Noah did not turn, did not kick the wall, did not whisper about dinosaurs in his sleep. The whole house listened like she did. Her phone lit again, and this time she didn't look. She could feel the message in her hand, like a tiny knocking from inside her palm. She took one step toward the door. "Who's there?" she called, because that is what people in stories say. She tried to make a joke and failed. "This isn't funny." The voice came through the door. "It's me," it said. It sounded like it was speaking into a jar filled with ice. "Can you help me?" Mia's mouth felt dry. "Who?" A pause that was not a pause, because in it she could hear breathing. Except maybe it wasn't breathing. Maybe it was the house or the air. "I'm lost," the voice said. It sounded almost like a kid her age. Almost. Too almost. Then it said her name. Mia. She wanted to run back upstairs and crawl under her blanket and pretend she never woke up. She wanted to go wake Mom. She wanted to lock every lock she could find. But that voice, there was something inside it that pulled. Like a hook thrown from a boat, catching a fish. The hook was the shape of her name. Her hand lifted. The deadbolt turned halfway before she realized she had moved it all. She yanked her hand back. "No," she said out loud, to herself or the door or the air. "No, no." The voice outside sighed, and somehow the sigh was worse than words. "It's cold," it said. "Let me in. It's so cold." She could have turned away. She could have gone to get Mom. She could have called 911. She did none of those things. She took 2 more steps. She put her eye to the peephole. At first, there was nothing. Then the nothing bent, as if darkness itself leaned closer. There was a shape, tall, thin, not close enough to touch the door, but close enough that the peephole picked up a smudge where a face should have been. Something tapped the wood again, not with knuckles now, but with the soft pads of fingers. Tap, tap, tap. The sound made her teeth feel strange, like she had bitten aluminum. Her phone buzzed 3 times in a row, hard enough to jump in her hand. "Please open. Please open. Please open." She whispered, "No." The voice outside answered, "Yes." Mia turned her head just enough to see the chain latch from a corner of her eye. It was hooked, secure, thin and strong. She could open the door 1 inch without removing it. She could look. She could say, "Sorry, wrong house," and close it. She could check if someone really needed help. It was a good thought. It was the kind of thought that made you feel kind, not foolish. She slid the chain back 1 inch. The door moved 1 inch on its own. Cold air ran over her feet and climbed her legs like water. The porch smelled like rain even though the sky had not opened. The dark shape did not step forward. It did not need to. The inch was enough for the voice to slip through without using its mouth. "Thank you," it said. Mia's stomach turned at the word. Not because of the word, but because of the way the word seemed to touch her, like a hand pressed to her shoulder. The door wanted to open another inch. It pulled, and she stopped it with both hands, small muscles burning. "No," she said again. This time the word sounded like it belonged to her. From down the hall came a tiny sound. The super beam clicking on. "Noah," she whispered. The light glowed under his door, a thin line like a smile turned sideways. Relief poured through her body. Her brother was awake. If he was awake, everything was normal. Children woke. Lights clicked. No big deal. She could take him back to sleep. She could wake Mom and say, "I think someone is playing a prank." They could call the sheriff. They could laugh about this tomorrow when the sun made everything look smaller. The voice at the door said, "He's awake," as if it had listened inside her head. "He can let me in." Mia's skin went cold in a way that had nothing to do with air. She shoved the door, closed the 1 inch it had taken, and clicked the chain back. The locks did not sound loud. They sounded far away, like bells across a field. She ran down the hall and opened Noah's door before she could think she should knock. The super beam lay on the rug, its circle of light pointing at the closet door. Noah sat on the edge of the bed with his feet dangling and his hands in his lap. He stared at the closet with careful eyes like a cat watching a mouse hole. He did not look at Mia until she said his name twice. "Noah," she whispered. "Don't be scared. It's nothing." "Okay," he said. He did not ask, "What is it?" like he usually did. He did not smile. He did not blink. "I heard it," he said. The knocking. Her body felt hollow, as if someone had scooped out her insides and left a shell. "You did," she said, and tried to make her voice a joke. "Well, that's just the house making popcorn at night. The house loves popcorn." He did not laugh. "The voice said my name," he said in a small voice. "In the closet." Mia looked at the closet door. It was closed, and the inside was full of the things Noah loved. A box of plastic dinosaurs, a cardboard rocket, a shoe that had lost its brother. It had a string tied to the handle, so he could pull it shut from the bed. The string moved a little, maybe from the air, maybe from nothing. Knock, knock, knock. It came again, not from the front door this time, from inside the closet. Mia's mouth opened, and no sound came out. Her brain tried to think of easy reasons. Houses pop, pipes tap, coats settle, wood shifts. Easy reasons. Easy, easy. But the knocking came again and matched the sound from downstairs like a song and its echo. Knock, knock, knock. Her phone buzzed. Open. She looked at Noah. He looked at her, and his eyes were shiny with water he had not let fall. He was trusting her. She was the big sister. She knew the rules. Do not answer. Do not let it in. Do not look in a place you don't want to see. The super beam lay on the floor. She picked it up and clicked it off, then on, just to feel something that worked. A solid click. A steady circle of light. She pointed it at the closet door. The light made the white paint look gray. It made the shadow under the door look thicker. On 3, she said. If it's a coat or something, we laugh and go back to bed. Noah swallowed. Okay. 1, Mia said. Her voice sounded like it came from far away. 2. Knock, knock, knock. 3, she said, and grabbed the string. As she pulled, the room felt like the air had turned heavy. The door moved slow, like it did not want to, like it was being held shut by something inside that had fingers like wire. The door came open. The super beam shone into the closet and landed on the dinosaurs and the rocket and the lonely shoe. The light trembled because Mia's hand trembled. The air smelled like wet leaves. Noah reached for her other hand and held it tight. At first, nothing. Then, in the way back corner where the dark was thickest, something leaned forward into the circle of light. It was not a face. Not exactly. It looked like a smudge in the shape of a person had been pressed against the world and left a mark. The mark had the idea of a mouth. The mouth twitched like it was trying to remember how to be a smile. Mia, it said. The light flickered even though the flashlight's batteries were new. Noah squeezed her hand so hard it hurt. Close it, he whispered. He was brave, but his voice shook. Mia tried to move. The thing in the closet breathed in, slow and crackly, like paper burning very softly. As it breathed, the green numbers on Mia's phone, lying on Noah's bed now, changed to 3:33 again, even though they had not moved since she checked downstairs. Time in their house went still at the edges. Don't answer, Mia said. She meant to say it to Noah. She meant to say it to herself. The words filled the room the way a promise fills a church, shaky, but loud enough to hear. The thing leaned closer, and for one fast second the flashlight's beam lit 2 tiny pale shapes in the dark, like fingernails tapping the floor. Tap, tap. It knocked. On the inside. The super beam flickered and went out. Darkness poured into the room like water from a broken pipe. Mia's grip slipped on the string. The closet door started to slide open the rest of the way, even though she was pulling back with both hands, even though Noah leaned his weight into hers. The door kept moving like invisible fingers had found a better grip on the wood than she had. Something cold brushed her ankle, soft and careful, like someone testing a step in a dance. From a hallway, down by the stairs, the front door chain slid with a sound like a zipper pulled too slow.